Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the second numerical on non-sway portal frame. This is the first part of video. In unit number 4, stiffness method for the subject structural analysis 2. The statement of numerical problem is analyze the rigid jointed plane frame supported and loaded as shown in the figure by stiffness method and draw bending moment diagram. So, when the numerical on the frames is given, first you have to see whether that frame is a sway frame or non-sway frame. So for that we'll take the section, vertical section. Now on the point load 48 kilonewton, and we'll observe the both side. Now here there is a load of 32 kilonewton, but at support C there is a roller support, and this roller support will not allow to move in x direction or in horizontal direction. So this type of frame is a non-sway frame. Though if you take the vertical axis, it is not symmetrical on both the side. And as there is a roller support at C, so due to this roller support, there will be no translation in x direction, that is the sway will not be allowed in the frame. So this type of frame is a non-sway frame. Now if you see the frame, the member AB is loaded by a point load of 32 kilonewton, and that point load is acting at the center, and the length of the member is 4 meter. And the moment of inertia of member AB is 2I. So the member BC is loaded by a point load of 48 kilonewton. It is also acting at the center, and it is at 1.5 meter from support B. And the moment of inertia is I. Now the next member CD. The length of member is 4 meter. Moment of inertia is 2I. And in member CD there is no load acting. Now here, though the values of moment of inertia is different for different member, but as there is a roller support at C, it will not allow to sway. So this is the non-sway type of frame. So the first step, what is the first step? To find out the degree of kinetic indeterminacy, DKI. We also call it as the degree of freedom. Now at A there is a fixed support. So what is the degree of freedom? 0. At D also fixed support. Now at B this is the non-sway frame. So the delta will be not there, and what will be there? Only the rotation will be there. At B and C there will be a rotation, that is theta B at B and theta C at support C, and the sway delta is not allowed. So here, what is the degree of freedom here now? The degree of freedom is 2, that is theta B, rotation at B and rotation at C. Now we'll assign the coordinate direction to the unknown displacement. Now we'll assume, or we'll assign theta B as our first unknown and theta C as our second unknown. Sign convention, you know that anti-clockwise is positive, clockwise is negative. Now after finding out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy, the first step is to find out the AD matrix. So action corresponding to displacement in original structure. In this original structure, we have considered the support B as our first unknown, and rotation at support B as our first unknown, and rotation at support C as our second unknown. Now here at support B, is there any movement acting, or is there any point load acting directly at support B? No. So here the value of AD1 will be equal to 0. Now AD2 is for support C. So at support C, is there any movement acting? No. Is there any point load acting? No. So value of AD2 is 0. So AD matrix is 0, 0. So external force or fixed end moment at D1, that is at B. External force or fixed moment at D2 or that is at C, it is not acting, so the values of AD1 and AD2 is 0. Okay. Now after calculating the value of AD1 and AD2, the next step is to find out the ADL matrix. So ADL is nothing but action corresponding to displacement in the resistance structure. So in this, what you have to do? You have to fix the support. Now here at A is already fixed, at B also we have fixed it. Okay. Here also we have fixed. Okay. At C also we have fixed the support. Now due to this fixed support, there will be a fixed moment, and as we know that we are standing inside the frame. Okay. So the fixed moment, now here the load is acting toward the right side, so the fixed moment will stay in that load. Here also the fixed moment will act like this. Okay, so fixed moment in member AB, how it will act? It will act in anti-clockwise direction, so here it is plus. Fixed moment in member BA, it will act in clockwise direction, so minus, so here the value is minus. Okay, so fixed moment in member BA is minus. So the point load is acting at the center. Okay, so what is the formula for fixed moment? It is WL upon 8. What is the value of W? 32. What is the value of L? 4 upon 8. So fixed moment in member BA is plus 16 and fixed moment in member BA is minus 16 kilonewton meter. Now next, fixed moment in member BC. Okay, so it will act, so the load is acting downward, so it will resist that load. Okay, so it will resist that. So the fixed moment in member BC, it will be in anti-clockwise direction. The load is active, point load is acting at the center. The formula is WL upon 8. So what is the value of W? 48. What is the value of L? 3. So 48 into 3 upon 8. So the value is 18 kilonewton meter. Okay. Now for member CB, it is acting in clockwise direction, so minus. Formula is WL upon 8. So fixed moment is minus 18 kilonewton meter. Now in member CD or in member DC, as there is no load acting, so the fixed moment is 0. Okay. Now our first unknown is rotation at B. So at B, how many movements are there? There are two movements. One is fixed moment in member BA. Okay. So fixed moment in member BA is what? It is minus 16. Okay. It is acting in clockwise direction. And fixed moment in member BC is plus 18. So minus 16 plus 18. So the value is what? Plus 2. Okay. Two movements are there. Now at second unknown, ADL2 is for the second unknown, that is at support C. At support C again there are two movement. One is in CB. So what is the movement in member CB? It is 18 and it is acting in clockwise direction, so minus 18. So only one movement is there. Here the movement is 0, as though fixed moment is 0 as no loads is there. So the fixed moment in member CB is minus 18 and that is our ADL2. Okay. So ADL1 is it is 2 and ADL2 is minus 18. So this is the ADL matrix. Now after finding out the ADL matrix, the next step is to determine the stiffness matrix, that is S, formed by the forces in the restraint structure subjected to unit values of D1 unit values of D corresponding to the unknown displacement. Okay. Now here first is resistance structure with D1 equal to 1. That means our first unknown is what? The first unknown is rotation at B. So there we are going to apply the unit rotation, and how the unit rotation is applied? It is applied in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now when the unit rotation is applied, what will happen? The movement will induce, and that movement will also induce in anti-clockwise direction. So at support B, two members are connecting. One is BA, second one is BC. Now this is the movement in member BC, and this will be the movement in which member? It will be in BA. So what will be the value? It will be 4EI upon L. 4EI upon L. And here also what will be the value? The value will be 4EI upon L. 4EI upon 4 EI upon L. Okay. Now here, what is value of I here? It is 2I for member BA. Okay, and length of member is 4. So here we have put it. Okay. Now for member BC, what is the value of I here? It is I, and what is the length of member? 3. So 4 EI upon 3. Okay. Now here, what number should we give now? I will write down here. Yes. What is the unknown number? Theta B is our first unknown. Where the unit rotation is applied at theta B, this is also our first unknown. So this is S11. Okay. For this also 4 EI upon L. So what is the unknown number? Theta B is our first unknown. Where the unit rotation is applied at theta B. So it is unknown. So S11 will be addition of these two values, that is BA and BC. So what value you are getting? 3.33 EI. Okay. Now here, when we apply the unit rotation at support B, okay, what will happen? The moment induced in member BC will be what? 4 EI upon L, and half will be transferred to the member CB, and that will also in anti-clockwise direction. And when we apply the unit rotation at support B, there will be a movement in member BA, and half of that will be transferred to the member, which member? AB. Okay, but this is not our unknown. So here, and it will not be considered. But here, at support C is our second unknown. So here, what will be the value? What is the unknown number? 2. Where the unit rotation is applied at 1. So what will be the value? It will be S21. So S21. Okay. So half of that will be 4 EI upon L. 4 EI upon L. So what is the value of I here? It is I. What is the value of L? Sorry, 4 EI upon L. So what is the value of L here? 3. So here it is 2 EI upon 3. Okay, for member CB. Now here we will not consider this because this is not unknown. Okay, so only this will be considered. Okay, in this way we have found out S11 and S22. Okay, the next step to find out S12 and S22. So here, where the unit rotation is applied now, unit rotation is applied at the support C. Okay, and how the unit rotation apply? It is always applied in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now when the unit rotation is applied, the moment will induce. Now here, the moment induced in which member now? In CB. Okay, and this will be induced in which member? This will be induced in which member? It will induce in CD. Okay, so what is the value? 4 EI upon L. 4 EI upon L. And here also the value will be 4 EI upon L. Okay, now here what number will be given now? S. Okay, what is the unknown number? 2. Where the unit rotation is applied? At 2. Okay, and suppose C. Theta C is our second unknown. Now here this will be also what? So yes, what is the unknown number? 2. Where unit rotation applied? At 2. So this will also S22. So S22 will be addition of this 2. 4 EI upon L for member CB and 4 EI upon L for member CD. Here we have written there S22. Okay. Now here you have to take care of I. For member CD, the value of I is 2I. Okay, and length of member is 4. So put that value here. Okay, for CD. And for member BC, value of I is I and length of member is 3. So put that value here, and if you solve this, we'll get it as 3.33 EI. Now, when we rotate the support B, the member CB, there will be a moment induced of 4 EI above L, and half of it will be transferred to the far end, that is in the member BC, and that is by 2 EI upon L. Okay, and half of it will be again transferred. That means here for member, half of the moment of member CD will transfer to the member BC, but this will not consider because this is not our unknown. Okay, so this will be considered. So 2 EI upon L. So what will be the number here? What is the unknown number? 1. And what is where the unit rotation is applied? At 2. So it is S1, 2. So here it is S1, 2. What is the value? 2A upon L. So what is the value of I? What is the value of L? 3. Okay. So what is the value of S12? It is 0.67. Okay. Put the values of S11, S12, S22 and S22. Okay. So what is the value of S11? 3.33. We'll take EI common. What is S12 is 0.67. S21 is 0.67 and S22 is 3.33. Okay. After putting the values of S11, S12, S21 and S22, we will get the stiffness matrix. Okay. The next part of this numerical we'll see in the second part of the video. Thank you for watching.